you're starting to see some contributions up and down the lineup as well, so that's a good sign.
And also the great defensive play by Lawrie at third base. And you're seeing some things happening defensively that really contribute to a ball club to have success. And what Stephen Vogt did at first base, he's been behind the plate, picking it at first base, and that's what a good first baseman will do. He'll save errors. The guys across the diamond, whenever they make the plays at first base, they throw them, he makes the plays, and all of a sudden, instead of an E, it's an out. And our man joins us because of that.
All right, Stephen Vogt is downstairs, the first baseman. So you look good at first. I mean, you haven't played there a lot this year. You've been doing most of the catching, but tell us about the transition to first base. I know you played it a lot last year, but you look pretty good over there.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you telling me I look good. That makes me feel very good about myself. No, but I've been working with Gags a lot early. He's been hitting me a lot of ground balls, working on some picks, and fortunately I've been able to get some plays at first, and fortunately been able to make them so far.
And you know, you've made the plays. We're just talking about it, and perhaps you heard us, because you know as a catcher, when you're backing up, you see those little throws from across the diamond, and you have to back up sometimes to get them. What is the key for you, playing first base as limited as you do, to be able to scoop the ball the way you do?
Well, for me, the main thing I try and do is I try to sit back and act like a catcher. I try not to stride out. I try not to make it look pretty, because there's really not much about me that's pretty. So at the end of the day, all I care about is that the ball ends up in my glove. And so for me, I try to stay low and think about it as if it's a fastball coming in, and if it's in the dirt, I'll scoop it.
Now, you certainly did that tonight. A very nice job. Let's get to the offensive part of your game. And in that third inning, you guys are knocking Capuano a little bit. And you had the big hit kind of at the end of the rally. As you see that inning going on and you see him struggling and you see your turn coming up, well, what are you kind of thinking about as your game plan going into that at bat in that inning?
Well, right there, I'm up second and third, nobody out. So my job is to hit a ball to the right side on the ground, move the runners over to move them in, move them over kind of thing. Get the runner to third, one out, and get one run in. And so for me, the lefties have been throwing me in lately. Everybody's been throwing me in those situations, and so kind of set my eyes in and hoping he would make a mistake a little bit on the plate, and fortunately he did, and I was able to keep it fair.
Now those are great hits. You drive in runs when you pull the ball, but I like when they shift and you kind of poke the ball to left field. That's a couple of hits in this series. I mean, when you see that, I mean, you're going to hit the ball where it's pitched, but how much can you see that and what they're trying to do, but yet as a catcher yourself, determine what they're going to do to try to get you out based on how they're positioned defensively?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to try and get me to roll over. They're going to try and jam me and get me to roll over. And so I know for the most part anything away is going to be soft. And, you know, in that at bat where I got the nice little ground ball base hit to third base, basically, he's going away with the slider, and I kind of just went with it, make sure I stay on top of it so I don't pop it up. And fortunately, I was able to get it away from Headley enough to get on.
Now, Stephen, we're all friends here, right? So we need an honest answer from you, okay?
Okay.
Now, Lawrie hits the home run in the bottom of the eighth, and he comes in the dugout, and he's saying things that we're curious what they are, and as long as we can say them on TV, what is he possibly saying, and who is he saying these things to?
Brett Lawrie is a beauty, let's put it that way. He was so fired up, as we all were, but when he gets fired up, you can't even understand him. He speaks so fast, and you know, something about being the cheese and being the man, and you know, that's Brett. We love him, and we love his intensity. He's the same guy every day, no matter what, and he's had a couple of huge homers for us the last 2 days.
And then finally, your great bobblehead yesterday, and you know, people raving about the bobblehead, but also about you signing, doing all the things. How special was it to have a bobblehead, especially the type of bobblehead you had?
It was fun. I mean, it kind of encompassed my personality in it. So it was pretty neat, pretty special for me and for my family. And, you know, it was great to see all the fans come out on a Thursday night. And I wish I could have signed every single bobblehead, but obviously that's pretty impossible. But it's pretty special.
Yeah. So a bobblehead yesterday, Matt Foley, motivational speaker today. It's a big 2 days for you.
It's been a huge 2 days.
Stephen, thanks for joining us.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
All right, always fun to talk to Stephen Vogt, and he really does a nice job at first base, and we talk about it a lot. He got stuck out in right field at Yankee Stadium last year, and he really hadn't played any outfield. And he was an above-average outfielder last year, and I think he's an above-average first baseman as well.
And, you know, I think the good thing, too, at the beginning when he played first against the Tigers, David Price, Skipper wanted to put him in the outfield, and Stephen Vogt said, wait a minute, you know, why don't you have somebody I think will move around a little bit better? So he knows his limitation. He's still bothered by the foot a little bit. He can still catch, but playing first base, he doesn't have as far to run, and he can handle the first base position, as he did tonight, scooping those low throws. So great job by Stephen Vogt. He'll be behind the plate probably tomorrow night and Sunday, but he can play and hit no matter where he is.
And the A's, Maybe things are starting to turn just a little bit. Two very good ball games, and tonight behind Sonny Gray, the A's win it over the New York Yankees by a final score of 6-2, and Gray was the winning pitcher, and Sonny Gray gets his 6th win of the year. So again, final score 6-2, A's over the Yankees. Now when we come back, it'll be the guys in the studio, post-game live with Brody Brazil and Bip Roberts. So stick around for that. 6-2 is your final, A's over the Yankees.